South Beach has an interesting backstory, both fascinating and unique. Co-author Charles Kropke sought to capture the vibrance of South Beach in his book, South Beach Stories of Renaissance. And this really is a cool picture because you get these great stories and these fantastic pictures.
Thank you, Trina. You know, what we were trying to do, or what I was trying to do, was to make sure that we captured original information about the comeback of South Beach. The way that we did that is I interviewed over 40 people who were part of that Renaissance.
Making it happen.
And I got their stories. And I mean, those stories are fascinating if you take a look at the people and what they had to go through. And many of the people that we know today that are sort of on top of their game, they had to struggle to put their institutions. The story of mangoes and the story of basically Joe Stone Crab going all the way back, and the Jewish Museum, how that was put together. So I interviewed these people, and what the result is this new book that we have.
Fantastic. All right, you've got some amazing artwork here that you brought along. Explain how that fits into the book.
Well, the artwork is actually done by Joe Davis. He started his career in New York doing street scenes. He was known as the artist of Times Square. And you can see here he's got a lot of color and a lot of vibrancy of South Beach. So Joe contributed not only this original artwork, which are done in gatefolds in the book, but he also did a lot of the photography that you'll see in the book. So there are 4 gatefolds that are describing the main areas in the book, and this is a couple of them that you're seeing right here.
Let's go to some of the pictures. Let's start with the picture of Barton G's villa.
Well, yes, this is the famous, it's known as the Villa by Barton G now, but it was also known as Gianni Versace's mansion, and before that, actually, it has a history going back to 1930. In that picture, you saw a mosaic. Yes, there it is, the mosaic of his pool, for those of you who have not been inside the mansion. And he imported all those tiles. Here you have the Avalon. And of course, anyone who's familiar with Ocean Drive,
yes,
sees these classic cars as they pass by. This is the hand from the Jewish Museum, one of the most poignant stories that we have. I interviewed Ken Treaster, and he told a fantastic story about the struggle to create this, which was the very first monument to the Holocaust here in the United States.
I just love the book because of the stories and the pictures. Do you have a favorite in there?
I can't say I have a favorite.
Okay.
I mean, each one was a process, and each one was, was enjoyable to interview the people and get the stories.
What about a story that we might not know, and a picture in there that we really, a lot of people might not know about it?
I like the little story about Max Club Deuce. It's just Max is the oldest bar on the beach, and it's been around since 1964. I was afraid to tell Max that I was born in that year when I interviewed him, but it's a great story about a place that's, part of the beach and has been part of the beach all throughout the decades.
Well, it's a pleasure having you. I hope a lot of folks get out and get the book because it really is a great depiction of South Beach and all of its vibrance and liveliness.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, Miami Design Preservation League is going to be featuring it in Miami Reads, or MDPL Reads, this summer. So that's part of the Art Deco weekend presentation they're doing.
Fantastic. Thank you so
Trina.
much. Well, for more information on the book and where you can get your copy, of course, it's at Books and Books. You can give a call to 305-774-9019 or visit dragonflyexpeditions.com. Sherry, over